I was going out for my bicycle ride. There was a knock at the door. 2 chaplains were there. I remember I first looked out and I couldn't, so like, what are you there? And I just went to the ground. You expected it to happen there. You didn't expect it to happen here.
Yeah.
We thought everything was good here. Back home, everybody's safe.
I used to always tell him that he was the best job I'd ever had. I frequently told him that I just loved being his mom. From the time he can walk and talk, Austin wanted to chase the bad guy, and he always wanted to be in the military, and I was always trying to talk him out of it, but always wanting to chase the bad guy. So off to a military college he went. Shortly after graduating from VMI, Austin wanted to get his Ranger tab, so off to Fort Benning he went.
One morning I got a call from him. At that time, Austin was a platoon leader. There was attempted suicide, and Austin spent the night in the hospital with, one of his men. And I said, well, where's the help? He goes, well, they're here. He goes, but, he's mine. So he spent the whole night. And I remember him saying, he goes, they don't teach you this stuff, at VMI when you graduate, because you're graduating as an officer. I said, Austin, if they told you all these things, you're pulling guys out of bars, out of brigs, out of this, that, and the other, but if they told you you're going to deal with suicides, you're going to deal with this, you're going to deal with that, nobody would want to become an officer. He wanted to make sure everybody around him was strong, so he would set them straight and work with them. I mean, one of the guys would say, whenever they would go on their rucks, you're going to put 30 pounds, he's got 30 pounds in his pack, and he's doing it with them. And
Austin always saw his Joes as his brothers, not as subordinates. Austin and his company were placed with special forces in Afghanistan for 9 months. And it was not the plan, so they had a lot of pressure on them. And the first time he was able to come visit us here in Southport, we were outside, and one of the neighbors came over, just so excited to see Austin back from Afghanistan. She said, Austin, I am sure you're so glad to be back from Afghanistan. And Austin said, no, not really. Well, that was the first comment that Austin made that I did not understand. She didn't understand either, and she asked, well, Austin, why do you say that? And he said, because I had purpose. I had real purpose over there.
Watching TV, and then something would happen, and I would not tell my wife. They would say something, passed away or died in Afghanistan, and so I'd sit, you wait a couple of days because they would give the names out. You wait for the car to come down the road.
And unbeknownst to most, he was struggling with his PTSD.
I was going out for my bicycle ride. There was a knock at the door. And 2 chaplains were there. I remember I first looked out and I couldn't, so like, what are you there? And I just went to the ground. You expected it to happen there. You didn't expect it to happen here.
Yeah.
We thought everything was good here. Back home, everybody's safe. Our neighbors, both sides of the street, hundreds of flags in all the yards. And I'm sure that's almost everywhere USA, but over here it was just a beautiful thing that happened.
I'm very proud of my son. He gallantly fought those demons, but they won the night of September 7.
When that demon hits, it hits. It was not our son.
It was not our son's intention.
No, it was.
He was fighting it so hard.
Yep, it was just overtook him.
We never thought our son would have PTSD. Never.
No.
He was so strong.
Our son was 6'3", big, strong. Our son could go over and fight the battle and fight to win, and never thought that PTSD was in his mind at all. The day that he died by suicide, we were exchanging texts, and I was telling him I finally broke 100 on golf, and we were joking back and forth. And then after that, he went to Walmart. He contacted his roommate, going to Walmart, and I'm getting food for the week. So he did the week shopping, gets back, and then hours later, I mean, it was just, to be here a week before he passed away, he hit it so well.
Within a few days after Austin died, Kevin and I decided that we needed to pick up where Austin left, helping his Joes. My son was always there, helping them in their need, and so we have picked up that battalion, and we're there. If I can touch the hearts and souls of these soldiers and persuade them to go get help, then this mama is happy. And I've also wanted to strongly provide off-base free resources. I knew that that was imperative with the stigma that's associated with these soldiers and getting help, so that I can refer my soldiers to these resources. The statistics are blaring that so many more soldiers die of their PTSD battle wounds than die actually on hostile ground. It is very much a part of the battle wounds. I was looking for an organization that could provide free therapy, because I knew that there's a terrible stigma for the soldiers there at Fort Bragg to go get help. And I thought, I'm going to pretend I'm a soldier. I'm going to ask for assistance. I needed to be able to trust Stop Soldier Suicide before I was going to refer any soldier to them. I even one time called their 24/7 helpline because I wanted to see, am I going to get somebody? I immediately got a response that someone would be calling me within 24 hours and that you don't call them if only you think you have suicidal ideation, because they are so much more than that. I love how they're there, they're engaging, that they're available, they're frequent and readiness to help. It's just not a one-time call, it's a relationship, and it goes on for months, if not years.
At 18 years old, everybody's invincible until you put a uniform on and you're willing to die for your country. Stop Soldier Suicide, they know it's like. They've been there, they've done it. And any help that we can give, as little or as much as it is, that can keep them going, to keep their 24-hour hotline going, hire another person to help somebody up. So when somebody picks up the phone, you know, it's kind of like whether you give $100 a month or $1,000 a month or one time, just knowing that you're giving back.
I want someone to pick up that 24/7 line.
Yep.
That costs money. And based on my experience, when a soldier or a vet fills out that I need help button, I want a response. I want them to receive a response within 24 hours. That costs money.
Right.
There are so many resources that Stop Soldier Suicide is trying to provide to these soldiers and vets, and it all costs money.
Yep.
But our soldiers and our vets, we need these warriors.
Austin was our only child, so this is what our legacy will be. To work with organizations like this and to give back. Makes us feel good, actually.
Yeah, we are reminded of that lesson our son taught. What is the worth of having anything if you can't give to others in need?